right, guys. So, what did everyone think of House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie?
Pure brilliance. Absolute brilliance.
Man, right out the floodgates.
Just like out the gate, he's all over it.
Pure brilliance.
Gonna hide his boner.
I honestly agree.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I'd agree on this one. This one was
Did you need a shower as soon as
a cold shower and a tetanus shot. Yes, yes, absolutely.
Well,
you get the grime off.
I'll tell you
very
what.
dirty film.
To be honest with you, I watched it obviously when it was brand new. Came back to it because it garnered 2 different sequels. So I was like, well, it was okay. Like honestly, and then I watched. Then I saw the sequels. I'm gonna go back and check it out. Watch it again.
Brilliance.
I was like, oh yeah, okay. I missed something the first time horribly.
Well, we've made a film, and it's hard to make a film. Okay,
It's very hard.
but the scene setup in every scene
Absolutely.
had to have taken forever. Even putting the dolls on the wall.
So you're saying
That-
like the
The
setup,
background is amazing. I mean, it's almost like Ready Player One. After you've seen it once, you're going to watch the
There's so much shit
background.
you're gonna miss.
You're
Yeah.
looking for fucking Easter eggs.
Yes,
Hey,
and
hidden
I
in
mean,
there.
I'm looking around, and I couldn't imagine the time it took to set up the house from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 to look like that.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that.
I didn't realize till recently that was that same
That's
house.
cool.
Well, the greatest
Damn.
about it though,
I'll
is-
be damned.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And I had no idea.
the greatest about it is if you want crazy hillbilly families, you got it.
Yes.
You want crazy clowns, you got it.
Yes.
You want crazy fucking doctors, you got it.
Got it.
You want acolyte zombie peoples, there it is
Bingo.
too.
Check it off.
Yeah.
Nothing
Want
is
your
saying
teeny
in that
movie
movie.
with teens getting slaughtered?
Done.
You got it.
You know, I mean, it's just silly retarded cops. Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh, what's happening? You know?
And they were so naive in the film. They just had absolutely no
Ooh, look
idea
at
what the hell's
Jed.
going
Big
on.
word, naive.
Yeah.
Woo.
Jed, I thought we were under the impression you can't say words you can't spell.
Wow.
Damn.
It's got the little,
Puffish.
it's got the little thing on the top of it, naive.
He smoked a joint before this.
What's
so
that
now
called?
he's trying to be
And so
brave.
now it makes you smart.
And how about Rob Zombie being the most polarizing director in the world? And this one started it.
Well, I think it's polarizing because of this movie.
Right.
And then he took on a classic and redid it, and
That's where he starts catching
He-
shit.
And he
Well,
got a lot of
because,
shit
I mean,
because of
he
that.
got a lot of shit for House Thousand Corpses. I heard a lot of people before I
don't get
watched it. This is a horrible movie. Don't watch it.
What? This movie's fucking
I
fantastic.
realized getting to know people in general
right.
is when you're good at something, they're jealous.
Right.
When you're good at 2 things, his music's amazing.
Yes.
And
Huge
House
fan.
of a Thousand Corpses was
White Zombie,
phenomenal.
though, not solo.
I liked his solo.
So,
I
but-
liked his
but-
solo.
But there's the thing, though. Also unnoticed, probably the greatest soundtrack of any horror movie
Yeah.
by itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm gonna say movie because City of Angels is Jed's favorite. that soundtrack is on point, big dog, right there. There it is. But I mean, but yeah, it's a music in that movie.
Yes.
You utilize, Jed made a point to that how he slows it down.
How he takes an innocent song, and that is when the brutality happens. Is as the innocent song is playing.
Brick House.
The
Remember
brick house,
when
like where he cuts the guy's
babies
hand off
did
and he
that?
If you
rubs
haven't-
it all over his
Yeah,
face,
yeah.
fish boy.
If you haven't seen it, he's basically, and this is not it, but he's basically playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow while he's massacring 14 people.
Yeah.
In slow motion. You know,
Right.
I mean that's how it lays out.
Psychological.
Well
Fuck you.
done. Good acting. I mean, I know everyone hates Sherry Moon Zombie. She
I
nailed
love
that part.
her.
She nailed that part.
I love
mean,
Sherry
I put my wife in
Yeah.
every movie.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
It's
Yeah.
his fucking movie, and
Yeah.
she's doing
Yeah,
a good
no
job.
shit.
Who gives a shit?
Well,
When he
this
says
is the
mother-
first one that started it all, so you don't know all this is going to
Yes,
happen.
you don't know. Yes,
And we've
you're
never
right.
seen their home
No.
movies yet. So.
No.
She plays the-
Iconic.
Yeah.
Baby is an iconic character.
Correct.
Otis,
Batshit
iconic.
crazy.
Captain Spaulding.
Captain
Icon.
Spaulding.
Dude,
Captain
you've got his
Spaulding.
mask right there.
Well, that's what I'm
Captain Spaulding.
It
Captain
introduced the
Spaulding.
world to Rob Zombie as a filmmaker, and introduced the world people who didn't know to Sid Haig.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you run from there. He became this ultra star off of that.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
he
off
did.
of that.
Yeah.
Off that
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, because I didn't realize.
And what,
he-
10 minutes in the
he
movie?
He's
had
in a bunch
other-
of movies.
Other
A bunch
movies
of
before.
movies. Well, I think it did the same for Bill Moseley.
Absolutely.
Because I understand he was Chop Top. I get it.
That's a different
But
role, though.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 doesn't have the popularity that you would think it would.
Hmm.
House Thousand Quarters, that
Yeah, it
character,
That was
Otis,
on the
Otis.
map.
Otis. Otis. Otis.
When I saw that, so I saw that in the theater when it first came out.
Same.
And there was times where it was kind of
what, Texas
uncomfortable.
Chainsaw Massacre 2?
No. There was times
was
when
like,
I was
damn.
uncomfortable. Like, oh shit, you're kind of uneasy watching.
Yes.
I mean, he played the role.
Oh,
The scenes were
absolutely.
gritty. They were, I mean, they're hardcore.
Think of
Well,
all the
it
actors that got their
wasn't-
starts there too.
True. Well, it wasn't just he didn't skin a guy's face. He skinned the torso
Yeah,
and
the whole
everything.
thing.
He created
Come
a-
on and
he
give
turned,
up a little
he turned
smooch.
Rainn Wilson into
That's
a merman.
superstar.
I mean, that's phenomenal.
And that's where
Before
he
The
started,
Office.
right?
Yes.
That's
I
where
mean, he
he
had
Aren't
started.
you first recognized
He had
it?
been in it, but yeah, that was like a big major movie role for him, and then he jumped into The Office and became the rocker and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's phenomenal.
Rob started a bunch of careers, brought people back. Like you were saying, Sid Haig was been acting since the 50s,
Right.
but nobody
But nobody
really knew who
knew.
he was.
There was no
No,
character.
no, no.
You know?
No, and then he is loved.
Absolutely.
Loved.
Iconic.
Now, Sid Haig was the guy you're sitting drinking a beer going, oh, yes, that's some bitch right there. That's who that is.
Yeah.
You know, there it is, Sid
Yeah.
Haig.
Well, I can tell you, he was in the new Night of the Living Dead, which wasn't that great, but because of his role, I watched things that he was in.
Absolutely.
Oh, there he is.
Just to see his
yeah, I
other
want
We're
to
talking
see.
about the one with the Tom Savini
Yes,
shot for shot
directed.
remake.
Yes.
No, Tom Savini.
Oh,
Was
no, yeah, that's
91.
right.
He redid
That's
one
right.
in 2000s.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
and Sid Haig was in that
Okay.
one.
That's right.
Okay.
And
I forgot about
it
that one.
wasn't very good, but because of Captain Spaulding, I gave another movie of his a risk. And when I saw him, I'm like, you know what? He's a good actor. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Check
I
out
may not-
Spider. Check out Spider Baby.
Yes.
That's a good one.
See, I haven't seen it, and that's the thing about, again, I go back to my original point was I was okay with this movie when it came out. Then I was like, I saw like, oh, this one looks really good. The sequel, Three from Hell and all these, you know, and I was like, or no, it was before that. What was the original sequel?
Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects.
Rejects.
That's when it came out, and I was like,
Devil's Rejects just messed up.
yeah, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
that
that was
one's
grinding
deep.
from the get-go.
Yes.
When you're just like, "Ugh, I
My
gotta
only
take
gripe
this
I had
out."
about this movie was the fact that, you know, in a lot of movies, and maybe this is how we've come to like horror movies. There's always a hero or somebody who makes it.
Yeah.
From this one, it felt like that from the get go that nobody was going to make
Yeah,
it.
everybody was fucking
Nobody.
out.
You-
He
Everyone's
gives
fucked.
you a taste of it at the end,
Very- yeah.
and then takes it away.
Yeah,
again.
there's that small
Yeah.
bit of hope, and then
Yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
you're gone.
We've seen before. We've seen that before. But
Yes.
it's
No,
still-
no. That, I mean, he still did a phenomenal job. You got script, you got acting, you got scene setup, you got camera work.
Well, just the color work he did.
Yeah,
You know, the
well,
different
the
filters he
scenes,
put in.
yes. I mean, he did an amazing job. How he created his own serial killer.
Right.
And I don't know if Dr. Satan's actually based on anybody, but at the beginning, the two that he brings up,
those are real.
Albert
Albert
Fish and
Fish is
Ed Gein,
messed
yeah.
up.
Bingo, Jed.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
Ed Gein
you know,
is
whatever,
kind
yeah.
of basis for Texas Chainsaw. It's one of those things, yeah.
Right.
Albert Fish was worse.
Yeah.
He was 10
Albert
times
Fish
worse.
was worse because
Yes.
he collected children and he would have kids sit on
You
his
see-
back and they had to guess how many he had to guess how many fingers they were holding up. He'd always get it wrong because he had a paddle with nails in it that he loved
He
the
loved to get
kids to
paddled.
get paddled.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Wait,
he
that's,
was a,
that's weird?
yeah, he,
That's
well,
he was
completely off
a
the fucking
masochist
rocker.
and a sadist. Albert Fish messed up.
So he's the
Albert-
S and the M.
Well, and here's the
Yeah,
thing
it's like
is that's also where you can give Rob Zombie a little credit because who talks about Albert Fish? Do we talk
Nobody.
about Ed Gein?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
All the
Nobody
time.
talks about Albert
No
Fish.
one talks about Albert Fish. So he brought in a serial killer. I guarantee you, after that movie, people looked up who Albert Fish was.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, yeah.
I get that.
Oh, yeah.
He did all the legwork.
Yeah. It was awesome. I mean,
Love Rob Zombie.
I do too, and I don't know why people give him the shit that he gets.
Yeah, I don't. But
Does-
like you said,
because he
jealousy.
fuck a hole.
Yeah,
I
think 'cause he's
I
unflinching.
didn't like the witch one or whatever the
Season of the
Witch.
Season of the Witch. I didn't like it,
Well-
but I mean I didn't like it. I'm
Oh,
not
the
gonna
Lords
bash
of Salem?
Lords of
Lords of
Salem.
Salem.
Oh,
Lords
I
of
see. I
Salem
like
is
Halloween.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't like
Classic.
it. I didn't like it, but
I didn't
I
care
will
for it
not
at all.
bash him because he does a great job, and you can tell he's a real horror fan.
I think he made Lords of Salem because it was fucking with the studio.
I think, and,
It was just
and-
get back on the studio.
and on the other side
he
of
did
that,
that with Halloween 2. He didn't want to do Halloween 2.
Right.
on the other side of
We'll talk about
that,
that
he's a hell of a nice guy.
Yeah, I've never.
Really is.
Yeah.
You know, so
So
All right.
Okay.
So,
Oh, you know what my rating's gonna be?
yeah, I gave it a 10.
Super duper 5. That's how we go.
yeah.
5.
There you go.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm gonna give it a 4. 4. You know, you don't do halves. You know, I would go like 4 3/4. Just a couple little things. That's all. You know, but I give it a 4.
4. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. And I would have to give it a 4 as well. Just great, and nothing is perfect, but a 4.
Cool. I'm sorry.
Look at you.
You know, this is a movie I've put on 10 times a year. It's a 5.
comfortably.
It's a 5. I love this movie. Everything about it. I love it. I love the story, scene setup. Everything about this movie is amazing.
Screams 5.
It's a 5.
It just screams 5.
It's a 5. I'll give it another 5, and we'll say fucking 10. You know,
Damn.
We're going to the rules. We'll get a 10.
Bring it to
10. For some reason, I'm supposed to remember this number 10.
Yes,
so might as well
Who's
get
your
it.
daddy?
So, yeah,
Who's your
5,
daddy?
5 all the way. 5
you
all
go.
the way.
I'm gonna go 5.
Yes.
I love this movie through and through. Like I said, I saw it at the theaters when it first came out, and I fell in
It was
love
good.
with it. It was
Great
awesome.
movie.
You know what that means? If you haven't seen it,
You
you
should go
gotta
watch
see
it.
it.
Fuck, Jeff,
If you haven't
guys are
seen it, you
fanboys.
probably aren't watching our show.
Probably aren't a horror fan.
You know? So, cool. All right, go. Like,
Go check it
subscribe.
out. Leave us some comments.
Right
Please.
down below. Thank you.
Lancer man, Lancer man, Lancer man, Lancer man.
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is fucking stupid. I'm out of here.
Lancer man.
Hey, guy! Lancer Man here.
Are you fucking here to kill me?
Nah, I'm not into that stuff no more.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm into some cooler stuff now, little guy.
Fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
Hey! You called me! I thought we could do some beer and some barbecue! Hey, little guy!
It's my thing now.
Thoughts and opinions
It needs to be a thing.
on Sleepaway Camp 2.
Okay, check this out. The greatest thing as a child is walking into a grocery store, because that's where you get videos.
Yes.
Hollywood
Yes.
Video, Blockbuster,
7-Elevens.
7-Elevens, grabbing a VHS, looking at the cover and said, this is going to be awesome. Sleepaway Camp 2's cover is one of the best covers I've ever seen
Absolutely.
on a cassette. And when I looked at it, because I watched Sleepaway Camp 1 the first time, and that one fucked me up just for other reasons.
Yeah, I think
Right.
that
Okay.
fucked everyone.
Yeah.
up.
We know you hate that.
Yeah.
That introduced us to a new world we're in now.
Yes, yeah. So Sleepaway Camp 2, when I saw it, I was like, okay, you know, it's probably going to not have as much as the original did, maybe
Right.
a factor. I put it in, I fell in love with it. I loved Sleepaway Camp 2. And it started with the covers. Without covers, as a kid, I probably wouldn't have written half the stuff.
And that
I
cover
read.
covered all of
It
it.
covered
But,
all of
everything.
it.
but that's what that was
Yeah.
brilliance of it, because it's like it goes back to the 70s, 60s, and 70s with album covers. You
Yes.
know, on vinyl. You
You
have
pick
never heard of
something
this
up.
band, but they have badass albums.
It's a full cover.
Dude,
Who's
how many
looking
horror
at
That's the
it?
movies-
reason Dio is so amazing.
Right.
Right.
How many movies did y'all pick up just because the album or the cover of the at the Blockbuster or wherever it was badass?
Well,
You're
yes.
like, well, we gotta watch that.
That was
That's
the
all-
only way I knew, because trailers weren't out.
No.
You know, you
Well,
may have
well,
caught
we
a
can find
commercial,
them.
but
Well, you got them, but you got them in the movie theaters, and you didn't
watching
get
another-
Sleepaway Camp 2
No,
in a
shit,
movie
no.
theater.
Shit, no.
You had to go and say, you know, fuck it, I'm going to give it a shot.
everything was taking a chance based
Yeah.
on
And
You got burned a
what
lot.
you saw.
I got burned a lot.
Yes.
You know?
Sleepaway Camp 2 though, not
So,
burned.
no,
I mean,
it
it
was
puts
good.
it puts
can-
the camp in camp.
and the
Absolutely.
craziest thing is that's Bruce Springsteen's
Yeah,
sister.
yeah.
Well, you know,
Hey, so do you think Bruce wrote the song for the In the Hall where they're singing the happy?
Oh, God.
I'm
well,
a happy
was a
camper.
horrible song.
obviously, if you've seen it, you know where the talent in the family fell.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, it's crazy because it's not just that though. It's like the director knew what he was doing in regards to pop culture of the '80s. We talked about it before. You know, the main was it Mandy? Her brother, or she's an Estevez. So
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Charlie Sheen, and
Yeah,
Emilio
yeah,
Estevez's little
right.
sister
Is in the movie.
is in the movie. And then there's
I'll be
characters
there.
in the movie named Emilio and Charlie. There's
I
also
didn't
characters
even
named
think that-
never
Oh,
even
shit.
caught
Yeah.
that.
there's also characters named Judd and Michael from
Totally
the,
embraced
from,
that.
from the
Yeah,
Breakfast
totally
Club.
embraced it.
Yeah,
He took
and then
the
you got
80s.
Jason and Freddie.
Yeah, all
Why
these
should I
Oh.
ever pick up on this shit?
Random-
I'm gonna watch this
Yeah.
shit again.
random tits. I mean, it was a complete
Well,
80s.
man,
every
That was more than
every
random tits.
10 minutes
That girl was a
there was
heat.
tits.
There was-
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Lot of
That
she
tits.
girl
in-
was just grinding
She's like,
on everything.
what? I always sleep nude when I'm in public with other people in the room.
Yeah.
I found my roommate for the weekend at camp.
But I think
They
that-
covered it all in that movie.
one of
Yes.
the coolest things about it was though, it was they never one time decided they were going to hide the killer.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Took them straight out.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
one,
No, and from the beginning.
She was,
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
like-
say it
and-
was just one
the
after
thing
the other.
is
after
they
the
had
other.
to have known where they were getting into because they talk about her going
Right.
to the mental institution,
She's been fixed.
getting out, and she's okay now,
Yep.
or he to she, she's a she now.
Yeah.
She's
The,
Well, we didn't ask her.
Yeah. So, but that's what's crazier is the camp allowed this to happen.
Yeah, but she was healed, didn't she? Say that I wasn't good now.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she
my
was
doctor said-
cutting the throat.
Yeah, she was not.
She said I'm healed now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Well,
that's enough for me.
Spoiler alert,
but
she's not fit.
she's all about sinners, killing the
Right.
sinners.
The bad
The
campers.
bad campers.
The bad campers was key. You
Yes.
weren't embracing what the camp had to offer. Therefore,
Right.
you must die.
Yeah. I sent them home.
Whether it be dying in the shitter or
That was nuts. And there's fucking leeches in there.
Dude, the shitter was
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah.
I can
That's so
tell you,
gross.
look,
Because you're like,
chop people's heads off, burn them, cut them. I get
Leech
that-
death.
but the leeches, oh my
But see, that was-
So you can hear us gargling.
Yeah.
down
dude,
there.
that's it. She's gurgling shit in leeches. Fucking Tits McGee is drowning in shit. You know, it's
What a way to
ridiculous.
go. That was a shitty
That's a
situation.
terrible
Could
way
you
to
That's a very shitty way to go.
Yeah. Could you imagine trying to get those fucking leeches off you though?
Here's what's worse.
Because you have to burn them, right? Isn't that what they say? You have to burn them.
Yeah.
I think that's a tit.
No,
I
yeah,
don't know.
leeches too.
We can talk about that
Yeah.
later.
I'm just telling you though,
Oh, yeah.
and for her to be to prove that she's psycho, the bitch went back into the toilet to pull the lady out
Yes.
because she also has a fine collection.
Yes.
That was one of my
Oh,
favorite
I didn't
parts.
even think about that.
Yeah, she had to go
Oh,
back
shit.
into the shitter
Oh.
to
They
grab
did
her.
Damn, that's right.
Yeah.
I forget
Yes.
the
Well-
whole shrine.
Yeah, because she set that scene up too.
And then the barbecue
I mean-
scene. I mean, I'm just saying, dude,
Yeah,
it's
that
so
was
over
pretty-
the
that
top,
was
dude.
pretty
And that was Camp Arrow,
Yes.
whatever.
Airwag.
Arrowhead. There you go.
Definitely was
Have a hard
black.
time saying so much.
Speaking of that, she's right behind me too.
Yeah,
So-
she's
Yeah.
behind me, isn't she?
Angela.
Yes.
Angela is.
and Angela's back.
Oh yeah, that was from part 3. We're talking about till you done.
But you know, they did film those back to back though. They filmed them
Did they?
simultaneously.
Oh.
They did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Back
I
to
mean,
the Future.
So honestly, though,
Yeah.
imagine the pressure, and I think this is why I feel like the director went ahead and just embraced all the camp of it. Because think about the pressure of trying to make Sleepaway Camp 2 after
After the
Sleepaway
big.
Camp. I
Right.
mean, talking about,
phenomenon
it's a
of-
180. I mean, the other one, the first one's campy not because it's not trying to be campy. It's just an 80s
Yes.
slasher
Right.
flick. This one
Which
was
we
like
all love for.
right, and this one's straight up
Absolutely.
just like, yeah, we're going to embrace the camp. She's
Yeah.
going to be obviously unhinged to a degree.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
And the thing in the third one, she's a campy again. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Camper. I mean,
She's an unhappy camper.
yes. Unhappy camper.
So-
Oh yeah. Great fucking movie though.
I
I mean,
Thoroughly enjoyed this one. This one was awesome. I mean, it touches on everything that you love about 80s, from the woods, the camping, to the just horrible slasher-esque 80s style ride. Just
Random boobs.
Practical
right.
effects.
Yes.
God, random.
So many boobs.
Every
There's
single
so
second.
it was,
Wow,
it was
so
the
many
same set of
titties.
boobs just over and over.
Over
Like,
and over.
Man, this shit.
Yeah, I hate that too. I hate seeing them over and over.
I know.
I feel you, Troy. It gets a little tiresome.
Oh, I wasn't complaining. I was like,
Well, and so admit to it now. As a kid, you were hoping when renting there were going to be boobs.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
And this
every-
movie delivered.
What do you
every
mean?
VHS
Hold
we
on.
put in is like, please, please,
Wait.
No
What do you
shit.
mean as a kid?
Yeah.
I watch
No.
these. I watch these independent movies now, and I'm like, please, there's got to be nudity.
Yeah, so I rewound it a couple of
Yeah,
times.
okay.
I would love to see the film on those and see where like the most wear is. I guarantee
See the
you.
fingerprints all over it.
That's all messed up right
When
there.
people stop the video and
Pause video, yeah.
pause
See the
videos.
tape stretched out, rewinding it in that one.
I'm sure
spot.
Tubi's probably got a little.
Dude,
got a
you
Tubi
do
and-
understand this VHS is $100 to $200 online right
Holy
now.
Wow.
shit.
Take the VHS.
Dude, shit. The
Because-
first cut of Terminator, a first generation VHS Terminator, just sold for $10,000.
Well, here's
That's
the.
nuts.
Okay, I get Terminator, but
Right.
the Sleepaway Camp 2, when we were growing up, we enjoyed because we appreciated what horror was about in the 80s. Okay, a lot of people when I was hey, did you see Sleepaway Camp 2? Like, no, I didn't see it. Did you see Friday the 13th?
So they probably
Yeah,
didn't
of course
even
I've seen
hear
it.
of Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
I was one of them.
So
No idea.
I loved it. I mean, because Troy and I talk about all the time is we were big on going, yep, gonna watch it, just grabbing a movie and randomly watching it. And I would pick covers, and now that movie has got a huge following, and she won't do any conventions.
She's not doing conventions?
She will
No,
not do-
she's not doing
She,
nothing.
I think it's because she doesn't think it's as big as it is.
Right.
Because if you even hear like Darcy, how she convinced Joe Bob to get back into doing the last drive-in because of Monster Vision, he said nobody wants me to go to conventions. No one cares
Oh
about
shit!
it.
We've seen the lines. for
Yeah,
that.
dude, and it blew up. It's the same thing with her. I think if she shows up at a convention, gone.
We got to get her.
We've tried. Good
Do
luck.
it.
No response.
If you call Bruce, you want me to make a call?
Could you?
Yeah, I will.
You know, could you?
I got it.
Yeah. He still have the bandana in his bag.
He does. He does. Actually, I've got one of his. I pulled from.
And
his-
that's
I don't tell you how I got it, but I got it. No.
It was a magical night.
It was great.
You're born in
Love
the
your
good thing.
sister.
All right, so
I'm going 3.
oh wow,
3, just right there. Just
Ouch.
all right.
strong 3, but it's a strong 3.
But it's a strong 3,
Strong
but it's still a
3.
3 though.
It's a
Okay.
it's a roided out 3, but it's still a
It is.
3.
Yes. Yes.
It's still
Okay.
It's a robust. I am gonna give it a 4 because I believe it grew from the first one. Obviously, it
Yes.
changed enough from the first one to be. I think its own independent. Like I think you do
Yeah,
Sleepaway
I would
Camp
agree on that.
2,
It's
3,
its own-
4, 17, wherever we're at nowadays. It started with Sleepaway Camp 2, and so for that I give it a 4.
That sounds good. And I'll have to go with 4 as well. It's just
Nice.
campy, it's fun,
always
you know,
been 4.
and it's just goofy, but
I think that,
I love it.
That's all that puppet
Yeah.
can count to is 4.
Well, so at least he's counting. You know, a 3 for
A
fucking
3.
shit, dude.
yeah, no
That's
shit.
a strong
Okay,
3.
here's look. 4 because I enjoyed the movie, but that's not what I'm giving it. That cover got me into a lot of other movies. This is a 5. 5 because it did something in my childhood. You know, it gave me the next step to watch other kind of movies. And I think because of Sleepaway Camp 2, I embraced all the independent movies because in a way it was shot independently.
I'll go for
Hashtag,
sure.
hashtag respect. Hashtag
That's it.
respect.
All day.
sure.
All
So-
day.
For sure. I'm gonna go 4. 4.
Cool.
I fucking asshole
This
now.
touches on
Whatever.
many things that we
You
always
look like one too,
Yeah.
so it's all good.
watching
Laser
these
Days
films as a kid, and you know, I mean, who doesn't love a good 80s
Yes.
slasher film?
Good
So.
80s slasher.
And if you hadn't checked it out,
You need to.
definitely go
Please
check it out.
Definitely.
Check it out.
It's an hour and 20 minutes of your life.
Start
Go
with
check
the
it
first
out.
one. If you haven't seen it, go to the third one.
Which is
You'll
my
appreciate
spot.
everyone. Okay, it's a weekend thing for you.
There you
So,
go.
all right,
Yeah.
like, subscribe.
Leave
Click
comments.
the link
Please.
down below.
I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do this. I'll just, when Derek gets here, I'll just give him the bag. That'll be it. That'll be it. Where is he anyway? Bud? What you doing here? Did Derek send you? Did you do something, Bud?
Yeah. You're next.
Oh.